y'all, I was just like, that was dumb. Like, as soon as anybody looks, she's gone. She's out. You are gonna lose this girl because she's for everybody. And I'm coming to talk to you about Love Island USA. First of all, let me just give Murad Morali his props because he is like my guru to the Love Island franchise's reviews. And he basically said that Love Island USA was rushed. He basically said that, it USA doesn't have any drama. Like, they're all just friends, and nobody wants to hurt anybody, and we're all worried about people's feelings, and we're not going in there to think about what we want to come out of the villa with. And I agree. And that's one of the reasons why I feel like Love Island USA is nowhere near as good as any of the other franchises. It is like the worst one to me. And I love watching Love Island Australia, and I loved watching Love Island UK. And now there's like a Love Island Nigeria that I'm trying to figure out how to find and watch. And when I can figure that out, I will. I still feel the same way that I felt in my last video. I think Cachet should go. I think her time is up. Jeremy's time has been up. Olivia has proven to us all by we'll get into it a little later. Cam and Olivia. So Cam is one of the new guys that's with them at Casa Amor, the girls at Casa Amor. And he's a very sweet young guy. He looks to be very young. He's shy, he's quiet. For a minute there, it looked like he was going to try to, introduce his game and try to, figure things out. But Olivia, to me, is closed off. Even when Giovanni was there, she was closed off. There was no mention of Will until Will mentioned her in that challenge. You had no idea that she was interested in Will or anyone else on the island for that matter. So now we're in Casa Amor, and you have Gabe, you have Andrew, you have Cam, you have Raul, you have Charlie, and she's not feeling any of them. And it seemed like she was going to try to fake it, like she faked it with Giovanni, with Cam. And I guess she decided, maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should just be honest and truthful that there isn't a guy in here for me. And I knew that second week in that her and Giovanni were not going to be a match inside or outside of the villa. And she's picky. And there's a particular type of guy that she's interested in. And they just did not cast that guy. She should have went home. Point blank, period. She's beautiful. There's nothing wrong with her, but she's picky and she's looking for a specific type that is just not there. She can't find him in real life, and she didn't find him on this show. She should have went home. Okay. So basically, why is she there? Part 2. Go home. Cam, unfortunately, he put all his eggs in one basket, and unfortunately it did not pan out for him. He did not try to get to know Trina. He did not try to get to know anyone else, to be honest with you. So it did not work in his favor. He's going home. We're going to get the people that I'm least interested in out of the way. Jeremy. While I'm happy he is happy, he's found someone else, he bounced back from Florida quick, didn't he? Isn't Jenny everything he's ever wanted all of a sudden? Like, get the freak out of here. Jeremy should have went home. He was a waste of space, and someone else could have used that spot to really find love and to be more interesting. So Jeremy and Jenny, to me, I put not interesting, non-existent. They've spent most of their time together and they seem happy together, but they're boring. They just are. Kay, poor thing. Kay didn't stand a chance from the minute that she decided to go in there for Cinco. And that was just what it was. She was quiet. She seemed like she was a really sweet girl. She seemed like she could be really someone's, you know, wifey. But unfortunately, didn't. She's just not right for this show. To be honest with you, she went on the wrong show, and she went after the wrong guy. Like, and that was her downfall. So she's going home, Korey. Isabel, to me, watching it was just basically stating how she was interested in Korey. She's going to go after what she wants. She's not going to let anything stop her. Was she a little aggressive and assertive? Personally, I didn't feel that she was, but Korey described her as aggressive. The narrator described her as aggressive. So unfortunately, things didn't pan out for her. She did not get picked up to come back to the villa. So there's that. I liked her for Korey. I liked her, and I didn't like her for Korey. I liked her for Korey because she was decisive, where he could be indecisive, and I think sometimes you need that balance, and I think she would have provided that balance for him, and he would have provided that balance for her. But we won't get to see, because I'll tell you later who he actually chose. Gabe and Andrew, there was just no interest in them. I know that Shannon said that Gabe would be her type, but she's stuck on Josh, so that's just really not going to go anywhere. All of a sudden she's in love with him and she can trust him now, and Shannon gets on my nerves. And I didn't think I had those feelings for her, but yeah, she gets on my nerves. I just feel like, I think she's older than Josh, and I feel like she tries to come across like she's more mature, and it just doesn't work. I just feel like where he's making mistakes that younger people make, I think that she still has a lot of stuff in her background that's just being carried into this relationship that she's just dragging with her everywhere, and making him pay for it. And I don't think that that's fair. I think that they're going to get on each other's nerves. I think she's going to nag him to death, and I think that they're not going to last at all. So Gabe didn't have a chance, and I don't even see Andrew. I don't see him. He don't have no speaking parts. Nobody's interested in Andrew because Kerry can't get off of Will. Shannon can't get off of Josh. Trina is just a whole introvert going through her own mental breakdown. Cachet is all over the place. Raul, I was really feeling him to be with, I think if Trina was open to it, I think Raul and I think Cam and Charlie would have been, and honestly Gabe, I think if she was open to it, I think that she could have found a connection there with one of those four guys. But she decided to worry herself over Cinco the whole time. Charlie, in the beginning, stated that he was in there for Cachet and stuck to that. But I think that he's not as into Cachet as she might be into him. And I think that Cachet is just so excited to have someone come into the villa or come into Casa Amor just solely for her, that she just might be moving a tad bit too fast. And that's going to be evident when they get back to the villa and she starts to have doubts about whether she can get over Cinco and just be with Charlie. We didn't talk about Josh. Josh seems, he's stuck on Shannon. And I mean stuck. I mean like it's what he's supposed to do. I mean it's like we're gonna win it because we've been a couple from day one, and I don't think that their relationship is gonna last. I think that she's gonna get on his nerves. I think that he's gonna get tired of. He was already getting tired before they went to cat. Before the girls came in, of trying to prove himself to her. I think that she is going to nag him endlessly, and it's gonna just not work out. Let's talk about Flo and Will. So I think that Flo is a better match for Will because you actually see them talk about things. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be the sky is blue and the grass is green and the house is gray with blue shutters. It doesn't matter. You actually see them talking. You don't see them always kissing with no conversation in between, which is what Kira does. They're either meditating or they're kissing, and that's or sleep. Him and Kira. I don't think that they actually have. I don't know that she has a brain. I just don't see that there's any depth to their relationship. I just don't see where it's going. Where is this headed? I don't know that it'll last beyond the superficial. And I'm glad he didn't give her the D when he went into the hideaway because the girl is already clinging to him like glue. He wouldn't be able to peel her off of him if he had given her the D. She's just so stuck on him that she's completely lost herself, and she is just everything he wants her to be, that she thinks he wants her to be. And really, he wants her to have her own mind. And it was the perfect place. Like this setting is the perfect place to just be you, and then everything else should come into place later. But if you get to know me now, and all my faults and all, we live together. Like this is that opportunity to see like what I really like. You know what I mean? And I think that they're stuck in this honeymoon phase that's going to burst in their face when they figure out that there's nothing, they don't talk about nothing. At least with him and Flo, they talk about stuff. Like they have actual conversations. And then on top of that, their kisses are sensual. They he gets swept off his feet every time they kiss. Like I do feel like she's using that to kind of reel him in, and if she had enough time, she would have. I think he definitely would have chosen her. But my comment about Will was that he doesn't want to look bad. He doesn't have any regrets about what he did, and he said that out of his mouth. But I don't think he wants to look bad to America, not Kira. I know he doesn't want to hurt Kira, but I don't think he wants to look like the bad guy for coming back with someone else. And he knows that Kira's not going to bring anybody back, and that's going to send her home. And he knows that she's very sensitive, and he doesn't want to have to deal with that. Also, these couples who are couples and have come back to being couples, which is Josh and Shannon and Will and Kira, they have a strong chance of winning or being in the top three. And I think that's also something that they're kind of thinking about in the back of their minds. I just don't think Will wants to be the bad guy, and I don't think he wants to hurt her. And I think that him going over to reassure Flo that it wasn't anything that she did wrong was his way of saying, just meet me outside the villa and we can hook up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I definitely don't feel like him and Kara are going to last. I feel like she's going to cling to him until he just fucking dies inside. And then he just gets to be like, I need space. And then moves on because she's very clingy. And so fast, she's very clingy. Like, she lost her identity immediately. Like, it's just gone. Like, who are you? We don't even know because you still stuck up his ass. Like, Trina. So basically, Trina spent the whole time in there just worrying about what she's gonna do with Cinco, and not trying to get to know any of the guys, and not more towards the end, it was like, well, I'm tired of being, number two, the option, and him having feelings for, cachet and not being solely, on to me. And well, you knew that before you left the villa. So when you went into Casa Amor, you had an opportunity to meet other people to see if what you were feeling for Cinco was worth it. And there was definitely some viable candidates in there. Like, Trina, you're a beautiful girl, and you do not have to settle for Cinco. I mean, why are we giving Cinco this much power? Like, he's tall, he's cute face, his voice is nice, he's a little teddy bear, he hugs you, right? But, like, come on. He's not God's gift to world, and he's not the end all be all. Like, there were other candidates in there that you could have given some of your time to. That would have been just as nice, just as. So, Cinco, to me, and I've been feeling this way, and I guess I just didn't express it because Cachet was just flitting around the villa. And although I like her personality, I do feel that she does too much, and I think sometimes she is attention seeking. It's just becoming more and more apparent to me that she's having a good time, just living life, but it's a little bit of an attention seeking direction for me. And pretty much she Cinco, I think somewhere deep down, Cinco likes that he has Trina and Cachet as options. You know what I'm saying? I think somewhere deep down, he is enjoying just a little bit the attention he's getting from this love triangle, right? So now we have to enter Leslie into this picture, in which I want to talk about her, but not too much because I'm going to talk about her a little later. He was interested in Leslie when she first walked in the door, right? But he gave Kay no play at all, right? Kay didn't even have a shot in the dark with him. But enter Leslie, and now Kay was a little more reserved, but that's just because you kind of are when you're first filling out people. And if you know that that person likes you, then you're more willing to like be a little more open. Whereas Leslie was more of a people person and was more outgoing from the beginning, and was kind of like free to, she just had a good, easygoing, chill, I'm fun vibe, right? From the gate, didn't need to open up. She was already open. And I guess that's also something that Cinco likes about Cachet, is that she's kind of like her personality. She's like out there. She's fun, and she doesn't take things too seriously, whereas Trina is a fucking worry wart, which I understand why, because you're in this house with a girl who likes your man, and your man likes her too, and you're trying to figure out where you stand. And I get it, like I get all of that, but Trina, damn, you're in a whole nother mansion. You're supposed to be having a good time, at least. So I think Cinco is enjoying the attention that Leslie's giving him. I think that if this wasn't a competition where you had to couple up with someone and America had to vote that you were that couple, I think he would have left with Leslie. I think him and Leslie, I think she brought out, if you think that Cachet brought out something in Cinco that made him more fun and lively, and that happened over the course of a few weeks, well, Leslie did that shit in 4 days. I mean, let's be honest, and I don't know if it was because of the attraction he felt for her, or if it was because she was really outgoing. Not sure, but she did it in 4 days for him, and I think that he probably should have chosen her, but he didn't. Cachet and Charlie, I can see them working, but I can also see that Cachet is building him up, because Charlie's not even doing anything special. Like, the man just woke up, and you all of a sudden just, Charlie, step back. Let the man finish a sentence. Let's start with that. 2, actually like give him some breathing room so y'all can have an actual, it's just giving me Kira and Will vibes. You're just all up his butt. Like, back up. Like his kisses are wonderful. That's great. What else do y'all have in common? What else are you talking about? Like what every time you see them, they'll have a conversation. Somehow it revolves around Cinco, her feelings for him, and if he's comfortable. He says he doesn't worry about what another man is doing, which is a lie because there's only but so much time that you can spend wondering if your girl, if you are it for your girl or not. Like guys are just not built that way. You know, Trina's already in that bowl. Who wants that? Right? So it's just like I think Cachet's doing way too much. I think that she's catching feelings way too fast. And I don't think those feelings are genuine. I don't think that they're as deep as she is claiming that they are right now. And that's evident because in the preview for the next episode, which comes on tonight, she's in the kitchen still trying to figure out what she's going to do about Cinco. Like, girl, Cinco was with Trina. Leave him alone. Like, if he wanted you, he would be with you. If he wanted you, he would have chose you. If he wanted you, he would have wrote it out with you and waited for you to open up the way he said he wanted you to do. But he didn't. He moved on to Trina. Now, Trina's having issues trusting him because you're still in the picture. Now, you got Charlie from the mansion and you still trying to figure out if you want Cinco when you got Charlie? Girl, I'm going to need you to not or go home because what's the problem? Charlie is a decent guy. I mean, yes, you can still have feelings for Cinco, but you're going to have to put those feelings away because he's with someone else and you're supposed to be with someone else. It's ridiculous. Okay, now we're going to have to talk about it because I'm highly upset. Very. I'm baffled. Okay. So I forget what the YouTuber's name was, and I have been watching so many other people now, just trying to see if it's just me or not. You know, we were rooting for you. We were rooting for you, Korey. Korey. We were rooting for you. It was you and me, boy. I was like, yo, go on a date. You did us so wrong and you did yourself so wrong. You messed yourself up. I don't even know if you know this or not. And I think you do. Because when you chose who you chose to bring back from Casa Amor, you didn't even want to make that decision. And my thing is, were you making that decision because you wanted to bring this person back for Cinco, just in case? Because that's what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting. Korey was interested in 3 girls, Jenny, Isabel, and Leslie. Jenny was immediately swooped up by Jeremy and she was fine with that. So it left Isabel and Leslie. Nobody else was checking for Isabel. Isabel was only checking for Korey. But Leslie, on the other hand, had a conversation with Cinco, had a conversation with Will, had a conversation with Jeremy, had a conversation with Josh. That girl was all over that island. She was letting it be known, I'm coming back to this villa with one of y'all. Somebody gonna choose me, damn it. And I'm gonna make for sure of it. And she did what she did. And who brought her back? Korey. Korey. Korey, you had somebody that was for you, only wanted you, had eyes for you, came in there to get you. And you went with Leslie, the one who was willing to be with whoever wanted her. Like, and you knew you made the wrong choice when you made the choice. And if you didn't know, you should have looked over when Cinco picked Trina over her and saw how disappointed her face was. Come on, Korey. Come on. So one of the YouTubers that I was watching, he was like, she said that bless his heart, he don't have no game. And if there was truly a virgin on Love Island, now I think it's Korey. I don't think he knows how to talk to girls. I don't think he knows what to do with them when he gets them. And I think that he's a sweetheart. and I just feel so bad for him because Leslie's not it. She's not. First of all, I think it's cute that they had a serial date. I think that's cute. It was cute, but it didn't turn into anything. He didn't try to kiss her. There was no groping or grabbing of anything in the bed. And he just gives off best friend vibes or big brother vibes or someone who you don't want to go there with because you don't want to mess up that relationship. Someone who you are going to have to wait. If you like him, right, you're going to have to wait a long time for him to muster up the courage to kiss you, to hold your hand, to tell you anything. Y'all gonna be taking it real slow if you don't grab the reins and take control, which is what Isabel was doing. She might have done it a little too early. She might have just, gotten to, the initial introductions. Hey, this is who I am. Hey, what do you like? Oh, that's cool. Great. Well, and then you slide in there. Well, I'm really interested in you and I would love to get to know you more. Some game. I don't think Isabel has game either. It's just, she was relying on her looks to bring him in, and I just don't understand why he chose Leslie. My mouth dropped. You're saying that you have a good connection with Leslie, but she has a good connection with all the other guys that she talked to because she's easy to talk to. That doesn't mean that there's a connection. That's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. She's looking at you like you friends, bruh, because you ain't even tried nothing over the cereal bowl. You ain't even try to touch her hand when she grabbed the spoon. What is happening? We were rooting for you. We were rooting for you, Korey. And I wish that you had chosen someone that was just going to focus on you. I feel like at the first chance Leslie gets, if someone looks her way, she's going to leave you. I was so disappointed. I was like, you only had one job, and that was to find somebody that was for you. And you chose the one that was for everybody. It's like, Korey, I can't help you. If there is a vote, sir, I cannot. We all know I'm voting Olivia and Jeremy off most expediently. But if there's a third vote where we have to choose for somebody to go home, it could very well be you, Korey. And I just wish that you had chosen better. And I really hope that Leslie works out. But if you don't step up your game to keep her, she's gone. And it is only your fault. All right. Y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Help me on my journey to 1,000. If you agree with anything that I said, you comment below. If you disagree with anything that I said, or you feel like I missed something that was major, yeah, I didn't go into the specifics of the episodes because honestly, I try to do a recap of the stuff that was going on, but I was so irritated in my spirit behind this Leslie and Korey thing that I just decided I'm just going to talk about how I feel about each individual person and their decisions. Will and Flo kissed like they were schoolgirl, like they were, high school sweethearts, and he still chose Kira. And Flo was so hurt. But we'll talk about that in another video.